This is one of those right off the truck, right out of the box, right to you. This is the Civic half zip 22 liter from Evergoods, the new and improved version of a classic Civic half zip CHZ 22. They have a 22 and a 26 liter. This is the smaller 22 liter, which is kind of my sweet spot for everyday carry. If you need a little bit more, you can step up to the 26 liter. They have the same features, just different dimensions. Since you asked, here's the difference of the dimensions. 22, 26 liters, just so you know what you're looking at in terms of height, width, and depth in terms of the differences between the two. That aside, before we get into all of the individual features, two things that I really didn't like about the previous edition, and so let's talk about them. The number one thing was this front area of the bag had a tendency to just kind of get deformed into a weird shape. Duckbill, I think I called it in that one. And again, that video, which I'll link over here if you want to see this, differences, was 3 years ago. Since then, I've moved on since the original CHZ 22, but now I have the new one. And I think this is a much better profile of the front of the bag. So they did a nice job of addressing that. How do they do that? There is a thicker material on the front. It's just a thicker, it holds its shape and prevents it from being deformed. The zipper here that you see right now is actually a change. That zipper used to be on the inside. Now we have an external access zipper. So that really changes the front profile of this bag a lot. I think it looks better and it's more functional. You may have a different opinion after you see how this changed from the previous, which I'm going to address when I walk through it. The other thing was this front area of the bag, or top area of the bag, just the way these two zippers sort of come into this area. It's just a narrow zipper track. Now I don't notice that it's kind of the same, but honestly, without the other bag here, I think there's a little bit more space. That it's really, I don't notice that the zippers are fantastic on this one, like any Evergoods bag. So those were kind of the two big things that I really didn't like, and now it's better. So let's dive into what is and how is this thing laid out. First of all, it's got two water bottle pockets, very sizable, spacious, fits your biggest bottle in here. And I have this thing probably about 80%, 80 to 90% packed out. I could fit more stuff jammed in here, but in everyday carry mode, I'll show you what's in there. It's three cap 2s laid across the bottom. So that's, you could go thicker, but that's just the way I have this laid out. Single patch panel, standard on all Evergoods bag. It's kind of the perfect place for my, my new PS patch. Fits in there perfectly. So anyway, bottle pockets, harness. Because I just got this today, I haven't had a chance to ruck with it. However, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it is the exact same rucking experience, wearing it with heavy things. These straps are sufficiently padded and wide for a moderate load. 30 pounds or more, when I rucked in it, it was a little too heavy for this style for the long term. It has a nice breathability across the board, and the straps are better. Just a little bit better interior. The breathable back panel, Evergoods standard of late, and it's just great. Sternum strap included, no hip belt option, or really needed for this size. Standard handle and standard little loops on the outside. So there we go. That's the good part. And again, I don't think there's really any difference this harness from any of the other designs. So no real big improvement there, or not improvement really, because it's a really solid harness, but no changes from previous editions. Now this might be controversial. It's definitely a big change for them. Typical Evergoods bags have a side entry zip, not the CHZ in the past. This one opts for utilizing this yoke area instead of the top pocket, which we traditionally had and have had. Now it's a laptop area. Now I just have 11-inch iPad in here. It is definitely elevated, and so I went and I felt down there. It's about 1.5 inches from the bottom that pocket ends, so you're definitely protected for up to, I think they say 17-inch laptops on their website, but again, 13, 14, 15, even your 16-inch laptops are going to be just fine. This pocket is dual purpose. They have this little loop sewn in, because if you didn't want to go laptop with this thing, you could go with a bladder hung from the inside, and then you can route those straps through the opening onto the front, just like I did on the previous editions, which they have on a lot of their different designs. So there you go. There's a way to route the bladder hose out of this compartment. Now, obviously, you can't do laptop and hydration. I would not advise against that. Nice little gussets in here. That's cool. Nice little detail. Keep this thing all together. So cool. Definitely carry your tech. Easily accessible on the outside. Previous edition, this was a pocket, and you had to get into the bag to get your laptop out of the sleeve in the back, which is still in there. So you could go hydration, put your laptop on the inside if you want to. We have one pocket, like I said. This is an external pocket. I have a packable jacket in there, so it's pretty big. Key loop installed. It kind of goes over this whole lid, right? A little bit down to here. It only goes down to about here, so it's not a full depth pocket like you see some other bags, but you really got a lot of room designed into this pocket, which really allows you to stuff it full of things. No admin in there, so you're not going to be able to put additional little things. Again, packable jacket, perfect for that. Phone, wallet, keys, yep, everything fits. You know, use it however you want. It's just a different style of pocket, front with dimension versus this yoke area. So I don't have an opinion either way. I think long term, you'll have to see and let me know what you think about this pocket versus what we had up here and some previous designs from Evergoods. So there you go. Let's get these bottles out of here. 18-ounce Yeti on one side, 1 liter Yeti Yonder bottle on the other. And so there's a slim profile with no bottles. It's a nice everyday carry bag. You put cameras in there, something like that. There's no way to attach other things, taller tripods. It's just the way it is. So half zip. Now, one thing I did like about the previous design was this pocket and opening was on the inside, and when you half zipped, it was like right here. You actually on the bottom, but it was because of the way you accessed it. It was kind of a cool design. We don't have that anymore. We have this external pocket. We have an internal pocket on the front, and then we get another pocket on the back, which is pretty cool. So that's just easier to see once I get some stuff out. What do I have in here? I have a cap one. That was kind of in the front. I have 2 half caps. This one is cameras, accessories. So I have some tripod stuff, some microphones, some things for the Pocket 3 that I use on the go. That needs to go back in my travel bag. And this is sunglasses in a cap half. I go sunglasses and nighttime glasses because, you know, as you get older, you're going to need reading glasses. And definitely at nighttime. So there you go, 2 cap halves fit in here perfectly. You know, you could do multiple ways with the Evergoods stuff in here. And again, this is that pocket sewn into the back, no little loops like we had on the previous edition. A little accessory pocket for some other things. So you're gonna get 2, right? On the go, access from the top, you got this pocket, you got the 2 that are on the top, so you really have a lot of on the go storage, maybe some pens, pencils. You could definitely put your phone. This is the max in there, fits in there just nicely, plenty of room for whatever you wanted in there. There is a same area in the back for an additional tech pouch. So you could put whatever you wanted in here. Some of their EDI or some other stuff could slide in there quite nicely. But like I said, I have 3 cap 2s across the bottom, and they're all pretty much stuffed. Now it's a little tight. So on the go, probably wouldn't do it that way. Would probably just have maybe the 2 side to side. Give you a little bit more room for adding various other things in there, accessing stuff in the back. So that's probably the pro tip, is if you were gonna go light, just maybe 2 cap 2s, cap 1, leave this area for the half caps. That'd be kind of cool. Although you could do this too. You could go 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. That's just another way. Infinite number of possibilities with the CHZ 22, just the way it's laid out. That's pretty cool. So there you go. Internal gray. You know, this kind of fits This other pocket's kind of all the way up in there. That's cool. It's a Civic half zip. So there you go. Just wanted to give you a quick down and dirty, right off the truck version of this video, so you can kind of make some decisions for yourself whether you want to dive in on this sucker while it's available. It is pretty cool, and it is a great everyday carry bag. And it's really, the half zip lends itself to a situation where you're gonna set this thing down somewhere, flop it open and work out the top. How does it stand? It stands pretty good. Little leaning tower piece there, it's not gonna always stand. You're gonna probably throw it down a few places, but if you pack out the bottom, it'll stand next to you in the chair, on the train, in the airplane, under the seat, wherever you want to go. But anyway, that's the Civic half zip from Evergoods. Big thanks to them for sending it out to me. I really do enjoy everything that Evergoods produces because they put a ton of thought into every little design. So again, last time I saw this was 3 years ago. I think that was the second edition, but either way, this is a really cool update. Some nice little features that are everyday carry focused. You know, time will tell whether I'm gonna miss that as a yoke top pocket, but I do get a spacious pocket in there. So I do like it. We'll see. I'm gonna start using it and see what I think as an everyday carry bag. How does it compare to, say, another Evergoods bag? Well, this is their MPL 22. Side bottle pockets, no laptop side access, so that's the same. Hydration port access, the same. Handles the same. This, of course, is the EcoPack version. We have, you know, a similar design of a pocket up here, which is cool. So you can see some design cues that go from the MPL 22 to the CHZ. Definitely some crossovers between these two. Of course, this one opens all the way full. If you want to see the one through this, I did a video. Put the link over there. But this one's, again, outdoor focused for a lot of different reasons. And it's just in a great Coyote EcoPack color, which I really do love. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. More coming soon. Back on the horse, and we've got a lot of stuff queued, ready to go. So sign up for alerts because it's gonna be fast and furious for a few days, and then we got some things tapering off for a regular schedule. But either way, see you in the next one. Get outside. This is one of those right out of the box, right off the UPS truck studio. This is the new, I gotta redo it because I just had this thing open. Take two.